We'll hear from Senator Rosen. Senator Rosen?
Well, thank you, Senator Lujan. Appreciate you recognizing me, and I really appreciate today's hearing. But before I begin my questions, I'd like to echo concerns raised about the nominees' positions on matters of importance for law enforcement, both nationally and in Nevada. Law enforcement groups have expressed serious concerns about Ms. Sohn's membership on the board of a digital privacy organization and has strongly advocated against law enforcement access to digital evidence needed to hold criminals accountable and to protect the public. Also of concern to law enforcement are allegations that the nominee has expressed support for movements aligned with defunding the police, or at the very least, defunding police surveillance tools, again needed to keep our community safe. These are questions that have already been raised by other members of the committee today, so I'm not going to elaborate further, but I will note that such concerns by law enforcement do give me pause. I would like to use my time today to touch on an issue of critical importance to Nevadans: rural access to broadband. And so we want to close that digital divide, particularly in our rural frontier communities, and Nevada's goal of bringing affordable, reliable broadband across the state by 2029 is essential, absolutely essential to supporting our state's needs. As we saw during the pandemic, broadband is critical when connecting to school, to work, healthcare, to our friends, to our family. And now more than ever, we must make sure that Americans have access to reliable and affordable broadband. That's why I'm proud to have led many efforts on this subject, like my Middle Mile Broadband Deployment Act, which was included in the bipartisan infrastructure law and will help our communities get better connected. So, Ms. Sohn, as you know, mountains, deserts, valleys, we have it all. We have challenging terrain in Nevada, and it often separates rural and tribal areas from other communities with more broadband access. So if confirmed, how will you address these challenges to close the digital divide by bringing high quality and affordable broadband to all Americans, no matter where they live, even in these remote rural communities?
Thank you, Senator Rosen. And I hope you will give me an opportunity to address the law enforcement issue, because I think it's critically important, and I think my positions have been grossly misstated, and my position on the EFF board also grossly misstated. So I hope you'll give me that opportunity with a meeting or at this hearing to talk about that, because it's really important that we get the record straight. But let me address your main question, because as you may know, I've had several conversations with Brian Mitchell, who is the head of the broadband office in Nevada, and we've talked at length about the concerns that Brian has in particular and the state has with the maps. And as I said before, and I've seen your letter with Senator Cortez Masto expressing concern about the maps. And I'd really, really would love the opportunity to be at the FCC to try to make that map as good as possible before NTIA has to allocate its money on June 30th. So to me, there's nothing more important right now than getting that money spent wisely and getting those maps right.
Well, thank you. We really appreciate that. I'm just going to really quickly, I just have a minute left, and I know we're in the middle of a vote, but I just want to talk about connecting small businesses, because 99% of businesses in Nevada are small businesses. We're on the forefront of emerging technologies: electric vehicles, blockchain, autonomous vehicles, lithium batteries. We're just doing it all. And as these enterprises continue to make significant investments in my state, we need to be sure that small businesses have the support of these innovative companies, the suppliers, contractors, the vendors, all the way that they have the digital tools and the broadband access they need. And so I know I just have a few seconds left, so I just want to say, how you said you're speaking with Nevada and others, how should the FCC work with federal agencies, including our Economic Development Agency and our Small Business Administration, to be sure that small businesses like those up and down my state are participating in internet-connected economy and have good access?
Yes, I think it's critical that the FCC work with any and all agency, coordinate with those agencies, whether it be the Department of Agriculture, the Small Business Administration, the Department of Commerce. Those relationships are critically important to make sure that everybody gets connected and to make sure that we're not duplicating efforts. I think that's also very important. There's concern, frankly, from a lot of Republicans and conservatives, Senator Thune has left, about the fact that there's so many different agencies that have some sort of stake in broadband that we may be duplicating efforts. And I think it's incumbent on the leadership of those agencies to get together quite often to make sure that that's not happening.
Well, thank you. I look forward to seeing streamlining in so many of our agencies to get the job done for our constituents. I see my time is up. Thank you.